Greetings, friends. So, my favorite topic, indeed. What absolutely determines the amount of energy? Friends, there are actually several various and different levels in various directions. But if we talk about the very basics, the very beginning, awareness that a person can usually gather energy on their own, it is the retention of attention right here, right now. That is, you start focusing inside the heart center and create a micro smile there. It is really simple. The exercise is not difficult and is generally accessible to everyone. Naturally, some other thoughts start to come in. You begin to cut them off and continue to look there and smile. This should be done for a minimum of 20 minutes a day, ideally 2 hours. So 2 hours will be a very good practice, very cool. Subsequently, you can divide your attention and hold it simultaneously inside your head, like this, inside your head and inside the heart center axis. That is, you hold 2 points simultaneously inside. This will further enhance the ability to attract energy. If you divide your attention between 3 points, inside the head, inside the heart center, and the navel, the lower dantian, this is ideal. This is the basic awareness of the 3 dansans. That is, before you move into the awareness of the 7 chakras, you must first become aware of the 3 dansans. Again, I will simplify all the unclear words and things. We keep our attention within ourselves. And we smile to the point where you can feel it. Meaning this smile is not just a smile, but it is needed as a fact that feelings are coming, sensations are coming. There is an influx of this joy that you can synthesize within yourself, this sensation. This is the very basics. Many people stop here and say that all this leads to some peak states, enlightenment, and so on. I'm telling you, this is just the beginning. It gets even more interesting from here, meaning you have to divide your attention into the field structure. The central channel extends up and down, so you kind of distance yourself from yourself, seeing yourself in volume, larger. This volume becomes non-uniform. You start to understand that somewhere there is emptiness, somewhere there is pressure, somewhere there are sensations, somewhere they are present, somewhere they are not. And here, yes, you transition, as they say, welcome, yes, you transition into the sphere of energy work. There are many nuances from which we can see that there is a hole somewhere, and you simply won't be able to fill it, even if you smile 24 hours a day, pouring energy into it by the bucketful. You still won't be able to make it truly fill up, relax, for the muscles there to release, for the blood to start circulating normally, for everything to move properly and be healthy. So, it definitely won't be easy. Why? Because there's indeed this structure present. This structure necessarily has a very specific description. That if this, then this, if that, then that. And therefore like this, as it were, yes, that is, the person cannot stop thinking about it. That is, their contour has ceased to be whole. He cannot calm his mind. His mind is constantly affected by this dysfunction, this program, this disorder. And when touching it, some anxiety arises. Depending on where it is localized in the body, the anxiety can manifest. So if it's somewhere down below, like in the legs, it's a state. A bit higher up, there might be anger. A little higher up, there's some kind of internal shaking. A little higher, some emotional things, self-pity or resentment towards someone. A little higher up, there's already the possibility of communication breakdown or some desires, some self-flagellation, some idea about oneself, ego, a sense of self-importance, and the disruption of this area. The head too is about certain dreams, movies, cartoons, images. It's a disruption of the head. So, friends, how do we gather energy? The thing is, there is no universal specific recipe. Do it this way and it will be like that. In other words, the only common thing at the moment is the universally known word meditation. But it is so vast and generalized that no one really knows what it is. I'll tell you. For example, we sit down to practice, that is, we sit down. The common idea is that you must sit with your legs in the lotus position. I'm telling you, you don't need to do that. No need. Just take my word for it. You need to sit down. Just place your feet on the floor. It will be much better, yes, to conduct energy. There's no need to fly off anywhere, and so on. We need to restore balance first, then we can move towards becoming superhuman. The lotus and such might be useful later, yes, when you go somewhere into space. For now, none of that is necessary. Let's just recover. Let's just tune our psyche first to gather energy. You simply sit down, focus inside your chest, smile there, and sit for at least 20 minutes a day. Do this for a month. Friends, you will be writing comments under the video saying that you listened to Valentin. He saved everything, fixed your whole life, restored everything. And now you are a completely different person. I was in your place. I also became a different person. Moreover, yes, I will say that it gets more interesting if you are honest with yourself. If you don't fall for these beliefs that everyone who supposedly talks about enlightenment tries to impose on you, saying that we are all one. This is all nonsense, friends, complete nonsense. If a person has truly arrived somewhere, really arrived somewhere, become enlightened, truly enlightened, why talk? There is nothing left to say, no one to say it to, and no reason to say it. Because there is nothing except him. He has merged with everything. And if someone is speaking there, it means they are divided. If it is divided, meaning there is someone who speaks, someone to whom he speaks, a language in which he speaks, a certain fragmentation of symbols, there are conceptual bases supported there, emotional things. This might be a significant moment for you, or it might be, as it is for me, and understanding that there is nothing supernatural about it. If you can surgically remove a cyst from a person or completely eliminate an intervertebral hernia, indeed, that would be something significant, something that makes you say, wow, there's really something here. But if you just sit there like a fool and smile, talking about how you are one with everything, and here you feel bliss and love, and then, I say that I am observing the observer, and therefore I speak from pure goodness and love. Friends, please believe me. You are all united there, and if you pay a little attention to looking inside yourself, into the heart center with a smile, you will come into this state. You will enjoy breathing. You will fall into this temporary satori, micro samadhi, or something else. And with certain further practices, you will, of course, go crazy and enter this state. The second question is, why? In some cases, this state can be so serious, so profoundly shocking to a person's psyche, especially if the psyche is not prepared, if the movement was too abrupt, that a person can indeed mentally break down, become disturbed. I'll tell you this, there's no need to strive for it. I assure you, when you are ready, it will come. Until this happens, artificially trying to speed it up or do something about it will not yield the same result as if you independently gather the potentials needed in your soul to open up in a natural and organic way. When you do open up through your own efforts and experiences and understanding, you will most likely not want to share it in a manner that is true to yourself and your unique journey. Because any psychiatrist, any reasonable person at all would say, oh, they definitely lost it. If you start to see these mechanisms and how the interrelationship of psyche, body, energy, and external field structures, the external system occurs, at first it seems strange to you. What is this all about? But then it becomes more and more, and even clearer. How is the human being actually structured, actually? And what can you actually do? What can it really give you? What benefits can all of this truly bring you? Exactly, precisely. I am talking about the most valuable thing in our world. It is health, mental and physical. There is nothing more valuable and more important. Everything else is already certain potential, volumes that, if you have definitely felt them within your energy structure, you can try to do something with them. Again, I recommend starting from the beginning and moving forward. Start with the simple and progress to the complex. Don't rush. All of this can definitely lead to a shift that you might potentially not be able to return from. And that's it. As they say, it's a madhouse. Therefore, I absolutely and indeed strongly recommend not opening force vision, not doing certain intense practices that abruptly and quickly change something. If you have the opportunity to take our courses and techniques, well, friends, I know exactly what I am giving. I know the value of it. It is definitely more valuable than the money you could ask for it. It is indeed much more valuable. That is, the things, the diamonds, the grains, the seeds given there are much more valuable. If you have enough good karma to come to my retreat, friends, you will indeed see what real work is. How can we interact, person to person? What can be changed? How quickly it can be changed? And how ecologically and harmoniously it can be influenced? No one is crying to me. No one is suffering with me. I don't pull anyone out of their comfort zone. I don't engage in unclear activities where no one knows what's happening, and everyone is just messing around or something. None of that is happening. I speak, act, and show what is happening, where, how, and what, and we see a specific result. The person we are working with sees it too, and everyone present in the group sees this result. Friends, indeed, adequacy in this work is the most important thing there can be, because right now, everyone is a little bit more overwhelmed with the incredibly romantic possibility of doing something with other people. And there are a lot of people who have the ability to resonate and somehow, in some way, push others, bringing them to tears or making them go wild, calling it some kind of serious energy work or something else. In fact, yes, it's unclear how much better a person actually feels after these experiences, after these confusing ups and downs, realizations, and whatever else happened to them. I certainly recommend that to build a certain potential of energy, you start by directing your attention inward, with deep breathing, a smile, and genuine love. Reach the level where this is truly sufficient for you, so much that you feel like you are expanding, that you start to feel the air around you, you start to feel the air above you, below you. This indicates that you are already further away from yourself as an observer, and you see yourself on the central channel. You see around you, and feel how the field structure around you gradually becomes more and more homogeneous. These holes disappear, some structural disruptions disappear. If you come to this, you will become interested in what I do, truly, because without these energies, without this knowledge, there is nothing more to do there. You will enter the realm of abstraction, a world of fantasies, dreams and aspirations, without guides, without specific clear rails and pillars to hold onto. And I say, we have them. These frequencies and vibrations, these energies and forces, these possibilities of redistributing attention, these are indeed the guides that bring order in the world of abstractions. And it becomes clearly clear whether this energy is good or bad. It either helps or ultimately destroys. Because just by the sensations, it might be the same process. Or in a group process, one person might receive it while another loses it. And if there is no clear understanding of what exactly is happening, then for some it is healing. and for others it is a reset. Nothing comes from nothing. There is always more somewhere and less somewhere else. I look forward to seeing everyone at the retreats.